Hey guys, Fancy here. You guys have probably never heard of me. I'm relatively new to the scene. Uh, Stopped playing Pokemon Go a while back and started playing again in January 2020. And I've been really enjoying Pokemon battling. Actually got to rank 10 last season and this season. Um, um, got to 2990 in Master Premier Cup, and then got to rank 10 in the Halloween Cup. So today I'm gonna feature a team that I put together for the Halloween Cup. It's actually not the team that I used to get to rank 10, but that's because that team has been doing very poorly ever since the Halloween Cup meta has been established. I think I dropped a good number of points, and I've sort of been playing around. So you'll see that I'm going to be starting at around 2807 during these sets, and part of the reason why I actually started using this lineup was because my original team had been double fairy, and with a Marowak in the back, and there's been a ton of Quillfish and Azamarils and things like that. So decided to try out Galvantula in the lead, and I try to win the lead. That's my general strategy. No matter what kind of cup it is, I try to see what the meta is, and then pick something that can beat most of the meta, whatever is in the lead. I know that people mention an algorithm, whether it exists or not. I try to win the lead and then capitalize on that and take advantage of it, and then with the rest of the team, I try to have a safe swap and then something in the back that kind of supports the rest of the team. So the team I'm going with is Galvantula, with the safe swap Crustle, and then I have Marowak in the back. So and I'll get into the play style of this team and these battles, and you guys can kind of see how I do things. So without further ado, let's start some of these battles. All right, so first lead, not bad. Venusaur against Galvantula. I resist the grass attacks. Gonna go with the lunge because it's neutral damage, and it's gonna be able to debuff this Venusaur. I missed a bubble there. So I want to let this go through because it's gonna be a debuffed Frenzy Plant. And what I do here is I actually stay in and throw down a lunge to debuff the Muck. And then, unfortunately, it's a CMP tie, so I'm going to have to burn a shield here because I want to make sure that I keep that Galvantula alive. And then I'm going to farm down with the Crustle. And because I debuffed it, I know that this Dark Pulse is not going to do very much. And he's going to throw down Dark Pulse because Sludge Wave, most Mucks have, Alolan Mucks have Sludge Wave and Dark Pulse. So you saw that barely got me in it didn't get me in the yellow. So he brings in his Azu. And what I do is I'm going to try to throw down as many attacks as possible, do as much damage as possible. Knew that I wouldn't be able to get to that Rock Slide, so I just threw down the Scissor, X Scissor. And here I'm hoping he doesn't have two Ice Beams, but if he does, it's fine. I knew I shielded it because I thought I could farm down, but now he throws down both all of his energy, so I know that he's not going to have enough for a Hydro Pump when it comes back up, and I clean out his Venusaur, and then I'm able to throw down a Double Bone Club to take down his Azu. And like I said, I know that he doesn't, he's not going to be able to throw a Hydro at me. So good game. All right, second matchup. So Alolan Marowak, not a great lead. So I bring in my own Alolan Marowak because I want to line up my Crustle against his Alolan Marowak, but he brings in his Crustle, and I'm just going to go straight up Shadow Ball. Probably should have baited with a mud or a bone club, because then I would have been able to throw down a shadow ball. But in hindsight is 2020. So I'm gonna bring down my Crustal. Gonna farm it down. Thought potentially it was a Rock Slide. I think he had enough energy for that, but so again, yeah, I think I lose this one. So not sure if me swapping to Galvantula was the best idea here, but yeah, I'm pretty sure I lose this one. Yeah, it's unfortunate. Not much you can do there. A little Marowak. I mean, the good thing is, and the reason why you see and why I chose Galvantula is you see a lot of water Pokemon, and it's because there are a lot of Alola Marowak leads. So, and here you'll see there's an Azu lead, which is great. So I'm able to swap. I swap into the Crustal. I save swap to counter his Skuntank. Oof. And did not realize how much damage that flamethrower would do because of the bug typing. And unfortunately, looks like I am going to lose my switch advantage here. Gonna have to shield up here, I believe, because it's gonna be, yep. And then he's not, and Wormadin trash. So don't know. Like I said, I haven't played Pokemon Go in a while, so don't know what this Pokemon is. I didn't even know that his name had trash in it. I thought people were just making fun of him, but weird Pokemon. So you can see a bunch of weird swaps because I honestly don't know what to do, what he is, what his movesets are. But I do know that he's weak against Marowak. But like I said, might have been a good idea to stay there. But I do want to line up my Galvantula eventually against this Azu. And here, and the thing about the Alola Marowak Azu comp, you can throw down 2 Shadow Balls, and I kind of like it because as long as they don't have a Hydro Pump, you're going to be able to throw down 2 Shadow Balls against the Azu, so I don't even try to bait. Here I'm able to finish it off, and he's going to need to be able to farm up 2 charge moves to take on my Galvantula, so this is a GG, since I still have a shield. Alright, good game. Alright, so next battle, Whimsicott, another Pokemon that I've never heard of. I'm looking at the typing, I'm seeing it's Grass and Fairy, so I'm figuring I want to line up my Alola Marowak against it. So I take out my safe swap Crustal, and he takes out his Azu, which is great because now I see that he has an Azu, and I'll be able to take that down with my Galvantula. Doing as much damage, like I said, as possible with the Crustal before he dies. Gonna bring in the Galvantula here. I think I'm gonna try to farm it down. Yep, so I have a ton of loaded energy. I know he can't get to another charge move in time. And let's see what he's got in the back. Oof, and he's got his own Alola Marowak, which is fine. I'm going to throw down all that energy I saved up, burn some shields, do some damage, and then I'm going to swap right away to my Alola Marowak. There's no reason to let him farm down my Galvantula. And he swaps into his Whimsicott because he has no idea what I have in the back. And since it's Fairy, I guess he probably has a Fairy attack, and he does, so able to just farm it down. Charm has very low energy gain. And then here I'm going to be able to get to 2 Shadow Balls, and I know that I resist fire, so I'm just going to go straight up fire Shadow Ball again. No reason to take a risk there. GG. Alright. So, do pretty well with this team. I think I went 4-1, 4-1, and then 3-2, which is 11. And again, another Wormadin trash. Don't know what to do here, so just gonna throw down some stuff and see how it plays out. But yeah, I think that's 11 and 4, which is pretty good. I went up, I think, around 80 points. So he's going to throw an Iron Head, and I'm just going to throw stuff down. I think he's going to shield here, because if he doesn't, I'm going to win the lead. And then just going to farm it down. And I think I commit 2 shields here. I don't know what this... not entirely sure how to play out against Wormadin Trash, but so far it's working out. Have a bunch of stored energy, and then I hope that whatever he has in the back, I'll be able to deal with. Alright, so he has a Beedrill. He's not gonna shield that, I know, and then not gonna be able to get to another move. Gonna bring in Crustle. Both Crustle and Alolan Marowak do super effective against Beedrill, and be able to see his... you saw me go for that last bubble. But gonna throw down as much damage as possible. Brought in my Alolan Marowak, which might not have been the best idea, because if he had Hydro Pump, but here you see he doesn't. So, gonna be able to get to 2 Shadow Balls, I believe. Yeah. Gonna be able to get to 2 Shadow Balls here. My Alolan Marowak actually has really bad IVs, so, should be able to live here with a sliver of health, yep. And that bubble barely got through, but I'm able to get to my charge move before that. And then be able to finish off that Beedrill. Alright, good game. And so I went 4-1 here. You'll be able to see my fast, going to do the fast catch, and then you're going to see how bad I am at catching Pokemon. And so I got around like 40 points there, I think. Or 30 something. Alright, so Mawile, not the best. Gonna swap right away into my Crustle, so that my... And there it is. There's that Quillfish that I hate so much. This thing is interesting because he's got that... He's similar to Tentacruel, but he's better, I think. He's squishier. He's deceptively... At first I thought he's pretty tanky, but he's actually pretty squishy. And the thing with him is he can bait, so he has Aqua Tail. And it does a good amount of damage, and he has Sludge Wave. So Tentacruel has Hydro Pump, and they either do Acid Spray or Sludge Wave. So with Tentacruel, you know generally they're not going to bait, but with Quillfish, that thing is... He's got that bait potential, and you'll see there that my opponent played very well. Got that Aqua Tail. He baited me with the Aqua Tail, and then he was able to secure some damage. But now I'm able to line up my... a Marowak with the Mawile, so my strategy worked, and let's see what and he has that Victory Bell in the back, so my strategy worked, and I'm able to finish off this guy just with a Shadow Ball. Good game. Marimo, Algae Ball, that's what I know about. Wigglytuff lead, so Wigglytuff lead is what I used to go with, actually, and I know how to play this matchup. Whoever, they usually go lunge against me, but I don't, because I know that that's a bad idea because Wigglytuff resists it. And they swap into a Muck, so I swap into my safe swap Crustle, and their answer to that is an Alolan Muck. So when they do something like that, so when you swap into your safe swap and the opponent switches into something that isn't necessarily a wall of your safe swap, it means that they're potentially weak against it in the back. So what I do is I'm going to try to, and he's shielding like crazy. I mean, obviously he wants to win the switch advantage, but I'm going to conserve my Crustle here because I know that he probably has something weak in the back to it. And I guess he did because he backed out. So good game. All right. So I think this is the one I lose. I am double. This team is weak against Rock across the board, and Crustle is its biggest enemy. But if they got that CD. Not only is it a Shadow Tyranitar, but it's a Community Day Tyranitar with Smackdown. So pretty sure he just massacres my whole team, and I just surrender. If I remember correctly, I don't think I can come back. I think I see the Crustle, and I'm just like, all right, see you later. Yep, good game, well played. All right, next matchup, Victory Bell. So this isn't horrible. You resist the grass attacks, and he brings in his Crustle, and I get to a charge move, and then I bring in my own Crustle. I should shield here because it's probably a Rock Slide, and he baits me with the X Scissor, which doesn't make sense because I don't think he'll be able to. Oh, he does. Okay, so he gets to it, and I'll need to. Oh man, so yeah, that was tough. Well played on my opponent's part, because now he has switch advantage, and he has a Mawile, which is fine because I'm going to throw down. He has 2 shields, I believe, so he's going to shield this, and I'm going to throw down another. Nope, not able to get to that. So let's see what he has in the back. I lined up my Marowak with his Mawile, and hopefully. Oh, actually, no, he had that Victory Bell in the lead, so it worked out. Should be able to take this guy out. And should be GG's. I believe the Mud, or the Bone Clubs are neutral damage. Yep. And then I'll be able to farm this guy down, and then throw down the Bone Club on that Mawile. Well played. Probably would have been a easier win if I had with that Crustle versus Crustle matchup. If I probably swapped in earlier or something like that. Alright, so good lead again, Azu. So Galvantula doesn't do too bad against Sableye, but obviously I want to keep that Azu Galvantula alignment, so I'm going to bring in my own Crustle. And X Scissor is super effective against the Sableye. So I'm gonna either burn a bunch of shields, or he's gonna burn a couple of my shields. I'm gonna shield up here, and then I should be able to get to a X Scissor before he can even get to yeah, and that should secure the switch advantage. And he's gonna bring in his oh, he brings in his 8-whack. So here is tricky. I'm gonna bring in my own Marowak. This matchup is very bait dependent between the Bone Club and the Shadow Ball. And I call the Shadow Ball, which is great. And my opponent does a great swap here. Catches my Shadow Ball, but even so, I know I have this in the bag. I'm going to charge up to another Shadow Ball. And I'm going to swap. And unless he had a Hydro Pump, I would be in trouble, but he doesn't, I believe, yep. And then I'm going to be able to throw down a Discharge. My opponent should shield here, I think. Oh, I threw a Lunge, which is a bad idea. But actually was able to let me get to another charge move, a Discharge, and because of that, I'm going to have enough for 2 Bone Clubs. And I'm not in Bone Club range, so he's going to have to charge up to a Shadow Ball, but I'm going to be able to get to this Bone Club before he does. GG. Close one. I think if he had that Hydro Pump, I would have been in trouble, but most Azus run Ice Beam and play rough for that mirror. So GG, another 4-1. You're going to see my poor Pokemon catching skills. Fast catch. There we go. Claim the prize. So I went up around 70 points. And this is the set that I go 3-2. Good lead again. Like I said, lots of Azu and Quillfish leads. I'm going to bring in my own Crustle, lots of Crustle save swaps. Probably Rock Slide, should probably shield it. Nope. Okay, good. I call the bait. I'm going to be able to farm down. And I'm going to throw down my charge moves to hurt this Azu as much as possible. And then I'm going to bring in my own, not my own Azu, my Galvantula to farm down. Gonna try to get some shields here. Yep. And then I'm gonna be able to farm down. The Azu versus Galvantula comp is weird. I don't. Oh, so he swaps in his Galvantula, and he doesn't know Alolan Marowak in the back. So I'm going to be able to farm down. And the thing with Alolan Marowak and Galvantula is you got two options. You can completely farm down and commit a shield, which is what I do here, and you'll have a ton of loaded energy for the next matchup. Or you can take a hit and throw a Bone Club early so that you don't have to use a shield and still win that matchup. So here, GG took down his Azu with Fire Spin. Another Azu lead, so good lead. Like I said, you're going to run into a lot of... And he brings in his Galvantula, so this is... I think this is where I show the other way the other option you can take, where I take the hit here, and then I throw down the Bone Club so that he doesn't get to another charge move, so I don't have to commit a shield. And he's going to bring in his Azu, but I'm going to be able to farm up to another Shadow Ball. Yeah, so another option you can take depending on how the matchup's going. Here I'm going to throw down the Shadow Ball. Hopefully, nope, he does not commit a shield, which is fine. I'm going to be able to bring in my Galvantula again and farm down. I have two shields still. Don't know what he has in the back. No, Wormadin trash again. So, gonna swap in my Crustle to save up my Galvantula. These Wormadin guys are confusing to me, so I think I'm just gonna throw straight up. Oh no, I think I go for the bait here. I don't even know. Yeah, it should be resisted if he had not blocked. But gonna throw down this Rock Slide, and should be able to take down his Wormadin trash thing. Yep. And then again, farm down, and then he needs to shield here because it would be able to KO him, I'm pretty sure. And then I'm gonna swap straight into my loaded up Galvantula and take the win. GG. All right. Ooh, Beedrill lead. So you do get to the discharge before the drill run. You play this matchup depending on whether his Beedrill wants to shield up or he just wants to burn your shields. This is going to be a drill run. He could bait you, but I don't think he can get to a bait and a drill run. And then he brings out the Alolan Muck. You guys have seen this guy before. I probably should have just gone for this thing. I should have gone for straight discharge to do as much damage as possible. And I think I saved. I shield up here to try to get another move off to double debuff. And he's gonna have to shield here. So, and then I'm gonna swap so he can't farm me down. And then let's see what he brings out. So he brings out his Azu, which is good, so that I know that he has that there. Gonna try to do as much damage as possible. Oh, I think, did I lose this one? No, I think yeah, no. This ends up being pretty close because his Muck has saved energy, and I know that. And he undercharged my Crustle, and I'm able to come in. I come in with my Marowak, and to eat the charge move, and then I know he's going to swap into his Muck, so I swap right away after that thing, and he throws his Dark Pulse on my Galvantula, which is great, and then I'm going to be able to farm down the Muck, and then throw down, this is GG, I'll be able to throw down straight for the, I could have Bone Clubbed it, I think, but went straight for the Shadow Ball there. Alright, GG's. So I think three wins so far, and I think the next ones are going to be my losses. Let's see how they go. Yoshi, what do you got? Okay, so Haunter, yep. So this is tough because Haunter outpaces Galvantula. I think their energy gains the same, but like Haunter's charge moves are way less expensive. So I'm gonna double shield and try to save my Galvantula, and I think that is where I made the mistake because I don't know what he has in the back, but I know I can go with a shield deficit and end up with so he has a Crustle, which I just try to win lead a lot of the time. You can kind of choose two routes. You can try to win lead, or you can try to end up with a shield advantage. In this case, I try to win lead, and then, so he did not have a Rock Slide, but he has a Golbat, and I think this is where I make the mistake. So I should have switched right into my Lola Marowak, because his Golbat does not have Stab, so I should be able to live the Shadow Ball. You'll see here he's going to throw the Shadow Ball. I'm still going to survive, but then I don't have enough time to get to a charge move, and he's going to be able to farm. He's going to be able to kill me with that Poison Sting. So made a mistake here. Honestly, might have been able to win. I would have been able to win if I had swapped to the ELO and Marowak, I believe. Good game. All right, so next matchup. My team's weak against Rock. Gonna switch to see if I can line up. Yep. See, take down his Crustle with my Crustle. I believe I shield up here, thinking that he was gonna Rock Slide me, but he baited me with the X Scissor, and then I'm gonna throw a Rock Slide on his Beedrill. He probably thinks I'm gonna bait him back, which is not the case. So he doesn't shield, which is good. So I'm good here. I have switch advantage. And I'm going to bring in my Galvantula, which is weak against the Crustle. What did I do here? Oh, I called the bait. So I have a shield. And then, he has the Tentacruel, and I make the mistake of throwing down the discharges when he has two shields. So here, and you'll see, if I throw him down the lunge, he would have been debuffed, and I would have been able to get to another charge move. And then here, he's got a Hydro Pump lined up. No reason for it. He could bait with a Sludge Wave, and then here, the Bone Claws are super effective, but he has two shields, and it's just a race to the finish line. And unfortunately, this Bone Club is just not enough damage. So GG. He's gonna throw down that Hydro, and he wins the race. Well played. So that is it for today. So not bad, 3-2. I think I went up about 80 points, which is good. This team, I've been playing with it. I had a couple sets today, like I said, and been still doing pretty well. So hopefully this video helps, and I'll probably be coming out with some more videos in the future with some of the teams that I put together with a focus of either winning the lead or winning the lead versus the general meta, or some spice teams. I have a lot of spice teams that I play with that actually do pretty well, and I can probably actually show the double fairy team that I put together for the Halloween Cup. But like I said, it's not doing great, so we'll see about that. Alright, so hope you guys enjoyed the video, and look forward to more content in the future. Thanks, guys. See you later.